Okay, so today we're gonna go through the white and blue curriculum. Okay, so for those that are testing for your blue belt, I'm gonna go through every one of the techniques. You don't have to do exactly the technique I'm doing, but if you're kind of stuck on a technique or you need an option, you're gonna get everything here in this one video. We're gonna do it all in one shot. So there may be some bloopers in between, but let's begin. Okay, so I have the list on a separate phone. Okay, so the first one is back attack. So back. Okay, so I'm gonna run through these pretty fast, so the video's not super long. So back attack, I'm just gonna do rear naked choke. Top hand goes around the throat. Let me fix my camera here, or the video. Top hand goes around the throat. Okay, don't wanna expose, top hand goes around the throat. My hand goes on my bicep, the one that's the choke arm goes on the bicep. This hand goes behind the head, and I wanna go ear to ear. Okay, and then to finish, close your elbows together, squeeze, and then twist towards the choke arm elbow. This is the choke arm elbow for your finish. Okay, so that's back attack. Back escape. So let's just take my back. Okay, he's gonna get the seatbelt. I have a microphone, so just be careful of that. The seatbelt, I wanna go towards the non-choke arm side. Okay, this is the choke arm, so I wanna go that direction. So I bring my feet up, put all my weight on my teammate, put my head on the mat, looking at the ceiling the whole time, and notice I'm blocking the choke arm the whole time. Okay? A lot of different things I could do from here, but what we'll do is I'll grab the top arm, turn my hips up so he loses the bottom hook, walk my legs out, lift myself up, and now I'm in side control, and that's a back escape. Okay? Closed guard submission. Okay, we'll just do cross collar choke, open the lapel, bring the knees in, and the important detail here is I use my wrist as the blade, never like this. Okay, not the material. What we're looking for is the wrist doing the submission. Another way to think about it is grab the tag behind the neck. Okay, now I'm gonna shift my hips or shift my upper body so that I could grab the other side. So look at my legs, I open my guard a little bit, pinch my knees, shift, and then see this loose material right here? Just grab it, just whap it. As close to my first hand as possible. Okay, not here. Close to my first hand as possible. And then unwind myself back to the middle for the submission. Okay, if they don't tap here, I don't open my elbows, that's a big mistake. I bring my elbows to the mat. So I bring my elbows to the mat and open the chest. So bring the elbows to the mat and open my chest for the submission. Okay. That's closed guard submission, half guard submission from on top. So I'm on half guard on top. Let's come over here a little bit more. There we go. Okay, half guard on top. I'm gonna attack the far arm. Okay, so maybe I have the underhook, whatever the case. Put my weight down, grab the wrist. Okay, elbow on the mat. Wrist control, head down. The big detail I'm looking for here is the back of the hand goes to the mat. Okay, big mistake is people that try and submit like this, back of the hand to the mat, slide down, lift the elbow for your submission. There's a half guard submission on top. Okay, knee on belly escape. My teammate puts his knee on belly. Okay, perfect. Now, a lot of times what happens with knee on belly, I'm just gonna do a specific scenario. They're looking for maybe that cross collar grip here like this. Okay, so my hand underneath him blocks the knee. My other free hand blocks the choke. And I just keep a wall here with my hand as I scoot away. So here. Okay, now I can shrimp, bring the knee in. I can attack the arm bar as a counter if I want, but that's the knee on belly escape. Okay. Mount attack. So I'm gonna mount. Okay, we'll just do Americana again. So bring the hands to the mat, elbow down, 5 fingers on top. Okay, other hand comes underneath the armpit. Again, details the back of the hand on the mat. Okay, forehead down. Another nice detail is you could bring the wrist in. That makes it tighter. Lift the elbow up, slide down for my submission. Okay, key lock. Some people call that key lock. Okay, so mount attack, open guard sweep. So a sweep when my guard is open we'll do the scissor sweep. Okay, so collar sleeve on the same side. A very important detail when I open my guard is to keep my knees pinched. Now, when I shrimp out, I don't turn over. See where my head is? It's on the outside of my teammate's body. I want to take him into this space. So this is not really a shrimp. So if I turn back, you see I'm actually in the middle. So how do I solve that? The first thing I do with the scissor sweep is I shimmy my shoulders over. So then when I drop my legs, I shrimp my hips out. See, my head is in line with this shoulder. So if I was to go back to my back, see, I'm actually over here, where I was over here. So now for the scissor sweep, okay, my shin goes across the chest, not the body, across the chest. And I can either kick the knee or just block the knee as I scissor my legs and stretch away. Look. And I end up on mount. Okay? That's an open guard sweep. Okay, now how do we open the closed guard? Oh, sorry, open guard pass first, okay? Open guard pass, we'll just do our Toreando pass. Big mistake of the Toreando pass is to grab the knees. Knees are very strong. Grab below by the shin, or even better, by the pants. Okay, but I push. When he pushes back, I bring the legs away, and I walk all the way to the head, drop the knees, and get my side control, okay? Remember, you can always just rewind. We're not gonna do these more than once. You can always just rewind and watch this again. So that was open guard pass, opening closed guard. Okay, I always like to do the collar sleeve stand. Okay, so I need one of his sleeves. Make me a little bit hard for Doc to hold the guard because I'm a lot longer, but I grab the sleeve, elbow in, grab the collar across the throat. Whatever side sleeve I have, that's the leg I step with. So if I was going here like this, I would step with my left leg. That's a very important detail. So how do I step with my left leg if I'm on both knees? I lean away from it and I step high. I go, look, one, can you keep it closed a little bit? Are you close? I go one, flare two, with my leg flare two, and all my weight's on my teammate. And then I pop my hips forward, push the knee down, and I back up for the open and closed guard. Side control attack. Trusty Americana. Okay, so put the hand on the mat. So how do I get this hand there? I can use my chin, my head. Okay, I can put my hand inside the bicep, bring it out, whatever the case. I grab right hand on, not right hand, my left hand, but I grab my hand on top of his wrist, not here. I like to grab a little bit of the meat of the hand, that's even stronger. Elbow down, other hand under the armpit. Same thing we've been doing from mount and half guard. Sorry, back of the hand on the mat, lift up, slide down for my submission of the Americana. So side control attack, side control escape. Okay. Now we could do a lot of different side control escapes depending on what my teammate does. But in general, when you're first starting, it's a cross face and underhook side control escape. Okay. The main thing I want to do is keep my knee up so he doesn't just mount. My elbow is out, so I need to get my elbow in. So I can do a little bridge to get my elbow in as my frame. My other hand, you can put it here or on the heart. Lift up for a second. Put it on my heart, okay? So if he's tight, I just bump. Now he's on my heart. Now here we go. I walk my foot out, okay? I walk my foot out. I bridge over my shoulder. I scoop my hips out, and then I connect my knee to my elbow. Sit up for me for a second. So I see, look, I connect the wall, knee to the elbow. Once I'm here, I can bring my hand on the inside, push away, shrimp, and then feet on the hips to control the distance. Okay, that's my side control escape. Okay, now we're gonna go into submission escapes, okay? The first one is gonna be our armbar escape, so from closed guard. Actually, you can decide, armbar escape from closed guard, armbar escape from, sometimes people call it spider web, but basically me on my back. We'll just do the one on my back just for now. So my teammate has an armbar. Okay, perfect. So I lock my hands together. This isn't the best. The best would be maybe locking my
like a rear naked choke. But for now, we'll do our locking hands together. The one I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do my elbow escape. So I lock my hands together, I bring my hands down, I swivel as I get my elbow under this near side leg. So I swivel, I get my elbow underneath. Now I shelf it to his leg, pinch my knees, and now the detail. As my knees are pinched, I stretch his leg. See how it opens his legs? I stretch and I turn towards him and slam my elbow to the mat. You can see my right elbow's on the mat. Now I'm up and I'm out. Okay? Closed guard armbar escape. So there's different scenarios. Closed guard armbar escapes. So he goes armbar. Okay, perfect. The first thing I need to do, loosen up a little bit. Yeah, the first thing I need to do is I need to catch my arm. Okay, while stacking. So what does that mean? Kind of like a rear naked choke. My free arm goes underneath my arm. So now if he extends, it gives me a little bit of chance to now stack my knee, I put my knee behind his butt so he can't like try and push me back down. You see, it's very hard. And then I jackhammer and I'm out. Okay? Closed guard, armbar escape. Omoplata escape. Okay, so omoplata. My teammate has me in omoplata. Now there's a lot of ones we could do. If he sits up and grabs my hip, we're in danger. So just before that happens, or if that happens, go ahead. I could peel the hand and then raise my hips up. But let's do one when the person doesn't have the back on my hand. Now, one of them we could do, I like to do, is I walk out and I spin underneath. Look how I'm turning. I spin underneath, rolling like a log, and I come up. And now I'm out of the omoplata. Okay? Rear naked choke. So if the rear naked choke is sunken in, it's very hard, obviously. But a big mistake we see when people first start, okay, is they try to defend with this arm, when really the choke is this arm. So all we want to see is that you're going towards the correct arm, which is this arm behind your neck to peel it down. You could actually submit people here. And then just like the back escape, you go towards the free side. See, if I was to go towards that side, I go right into the choke arm. So I go to the free side, and then we'll call that escape. You know, you can get out of the back escape like we did before. So just making sure that you grab the correct arm for the back escape and going to the correct direction, not towards the choke arm. Triangle escape. Okay. Triangle escape. The first thing, I can't let him get my arm across his across his body. Okay, for a second. Let me get this out. Put this here so you can hear. So, okay, that's good enough. Just loosen triangle. That's fine. The first thing, I can't let him get his arm across my arm across his body. That's what he wants to help choke. So grab the collar here, same side. Okay. Now look, I'm gonna stack him with my collar. I'm gonna put my knee where my elbow is, and have my other hand to his other knee. So knee where my elbow is, other hand to his other knee. And I'm not fully stacking, Doc, just for the demonstration, but I would be fully stacking my teammate. Now look, I turn my knee as I put pressure on his throat, and I open the elbow. And then I can put my hand inside to escape. Okay. Takedown defense. So one of the first things is, we'll just do like a double leg just for simplicity, or if he grabs like a collar and grabs, so grab a collar here and he grabs my leg, just grab leg. So the first thing I want to do in the initial defense is to stomp my foot, right? To stomp my foot to the mat and drop my hip into him. But let's say, I'm gonna just have Doc go to his knees. Let's say he grabs a double leg here. So he grabs double leg. Okay, whatever side, whatever side I feel comfortable, if it was this side, whatever, but because this head's on the opposite side, I'm gonna sprawl my legs back. I'm just being very careful here, so I'm gonna put my hand on the mat for Doc, but I'm gonna sprawl my legs back, focusing my hip on top of his shoulder. So I sprawl my leg back, focus my hip on top of his shoulder. I can also push his head down, and then I'm free to pass around. So what we're looking for is really just that you understand that to put your hip down on your teammate and sprawl versus like going over your teammate where you become lighter, okay? For your basic understanding of takedown defense. And a takedown, you can do any takedown. I'm just gonna do, because a lot of times people start with Jiu Jitsu, they grab the collar, they grab a sleeve. So I'm just gonna
open the elbow, okay? We can also come inside with the elbow. I step with that same side leg, bend my knees, hook his leg, pinch my knees. And then I close my elbow down, and just like a tornado, take him down to the same spot. So look, I open my base, and I just pull him down and take him down for my takedown. Okay, turtle position attack. So if my teammate's in turtle, we're gonna do what's called the clock choke. Okay, so I'm hip to hip. My other hand is either inside his thigh, or raise up for me, or grabbing this other wrist. Okay, so, or my hand's cupping his thigh. This prevents people from turning very easily, so go back. Okay, so I'm gonna grab his wrist. My other hand just raised up so they can see. Goes under the throat, thumb in, and I grab the collar like a cross collar choke. Now the detail, you can go back down if you want. The detail, so I put my hand inside, I find the collar on the other side. I have to bring my belly button to my elbow. So look, with my hips up, and then my legs are like a clock, the legs of a clock. You just keep them straight and walk around as I pull. So I go 1, belly button to my elbow, and then just walk around like a clock as I pull for the submission. That's a turtle guard attack. Let's look at turtle escape. Okay, so now I'm in turtle. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab his arm. I can also grab his leg, okay, or you could just, keep your hand as is. And I'm gonna bring my knees together. So my outside knee to my inside knee. So I'm here, I bring my outside knee to my inside knee, and I look like I'm roll underneath him. See where my head position is? I roll underneath him. And now I'm on top, inside control. Okay. That's the turtle escape. Knee on belly attack. So my teammate's on the bottom. So if you remember when we did knee on belly, what is knee on belly? Okay, knee across the hips or knee on the sternum. Sternum is worse for him, better for me. So from my teammate, just now I'm gonna put my knee across his hips. You can bring your knees up, okay? So if you guys remember, knee on belly, my teammate was like this because, trying to submit. So I'm gonna start with my one hand inside the collar, like I'm going for a cross collar choke. He doesn't like this, he puts his hand on my bicep. I grab the sleeve. I'm gonna have to pull hard here now. I'm gonna pull hard to bring him with me, and I'm gonna drop my chest and my belly button on his tricep. So I was here, I pushed, I got the grip, I grabbed his sleeve, and I pull like a darce here, and I put my stomach on top, hug the head over, and then twist as my armpit is pulling him down for your submission. You could always just go for cross collar choke here. You just gotta be careful. Maybe I transition them out, but those are good knee on belly attacks. And I think our last one, oh yes, the mount escape. We all need to know how to mount escape. Okay, the main thing about mount escape is I cannot let him get under my elbows. If I let my teammate get under my elbows, my arms are exposed and I'm in big trouble. So I need to make sure my elbows are in. Okay, step 1, bump the back with your knee and keep your knee up. Keep the knee up. Why? Because if he tries to go back down, he can't. Now I wrap an arm. I can go over, or I can go under, and I trap a foot. Now that I have the arm, I can drop the leg. So I wrap and I trap. Now, I just scoop my head out as I look over my shoulder and lift my hips in that same direction I'm looking, and then go with it, back up with the knee up, okay? So that is our white to blue curriculum. Again, you don't have to exactly do those techniques, but those are the techniques we're gonna be looking for in terms of the names, okay? You can do any kind of submission from guard you want, but those are some submissions to help you and positions to help you be more prepared for your white to blue belt test. Good luck, and I'll see you on the mats.